Right, here you are with Business Navigators, going to spend the next 15 minutes with us, trying to discover why bad things will happen to perfectly good businesses, daring to be remarkable. At Business Navigators, we use nautical terms. It's part of our business concept, purely because we'd like you to imagine this whole concept of ours. Outward bound is your startup phase, riding the waves, growth phase, over the barrel, slowing growth, and overwhelmed, no growth. So, as we said, outward bound is starting up. Riding the waves is really rapid growth. Over the barrel, it's slowing down a bit. Overwhelmed, you're stuck in neutral, there's really no growth. If you can get past this phase, you will regroup and try and pull it right. Then you'll have a super growth phase. You'd need to regroup again and follow with another super growth phase. Outward bound. Your business starts at a zero. You have a wonderful dream, a concept. But you have no sales, no profits, and no customers. You need to choose a name, a brand identity. You get a business loan. You're stressed, but belief in your dream keeps you going. You get your first customer. You learn as you grow. You discover what works and what doesn't. Your sales start to grow. Momentum builds. You've discovered your magic formula, and suddenly you're in business. You're not at zero anymore. You're riding the waves of success. Customers are satisfied, and you start getting referred to more. At this point, your business grows faster and faster and faster. You start paying back that business loan because you really don't need that business loan there anymore. And you start taking yourself a salary. The only problem with this is that you start working harder and harder and harder. You become a jack of all trades, but you knew you were going to do that anyway. Okay? The problem is also that you are your business. That whole business concept is in your head. Okay? You are amazing because you're keeping this whole thing together. More importantly, your business is still on track. Why? Because people are still referring their clients to you, their friends to you, and your quality and your customer satisfaction is still at its good levels. Okay, but if you don't have enough growth here to fund your future cash flow, you may have a problem. Suddenly, and this is a very sudden onset, the seas become a little bit more rough, but you're so busy in your mindset of your previous phase, working these huge long hours, that you may not even notice at first. Suddenly, the bottom falls out. Your customers start complaining, your service levels drop, really drop, and no one can get hold of you on the phone, and you need help. So what do? You go and employ more people. Okay, but the problem is, employing people that you don't vet properly don't work out. So you just end up putting out fires, you make mistakes, you get desperate, and if you run out of money because employing people is expensive, you might be at the end of your business right here. Okay, if you get past that stage, you're going to find that your whole business and all your sales strategy have bottomed out. You know that you've still got the magic formula, but everything seems to be at a standstill. You don't have growth, but you think it's because nobody else has got growth either. Okay, and you're sitting with a situation where an old client falls off, but you're just adding a new client, but you're still sitting at neutral. You still don't have, you have little bits of growth here and there, so you just move into another environment, a new target audience, because you think the one you have is a dead one. Not necessarily, but that's what you think. You're on a treadmill, you're frustrated, and you are exhausted. Problems, the same problems keep occupying your time. Okay, and you seem to be disgruntled and stuck, and you're so frustrated because you don't know what the problem is. You just become totally stuck in this area. Okay, let's refresh. Outward bound, you're starting out, you're full of hope and full of dream. You're riding the wave, great growth phase. Here you start wobble, you first wobble, and now you become totally overwhelmed. You know you're not going to make it. You're full of stress, frustration, and you are totally exhausted. Now we need to re-engineer and fast. Okay, what actually went wrong? Well, Actually, what went wrong is when we first set out, we were just dreaming really big. And we weren't worried about organizational things. We weren't worried about what's going to happen if we grow fast and where we're going to put our structures in, what people we're going to employ, when are we going to employ them. We weren't worried about that stuff because that stuff's going to come later when we're successful. Okay, that lulled us into a false sense of security, all that growth that we had. We didn't expect communication lines to break down. We didn't expect to have short-term thinking. We didn't expect to have all this growth so quickly. So what happens? We become stuck, extremely stuck, and we can't dig ourselves out of this hole. Okay? Right. So here's some rules to get out of it. Okay, a business can only grow to the point where it can easily maintain product quality and customer satisfaction. Okay, you need a business model. Most businesses don't even have a business model. They think a company profile is a business model. You need to prepare a scalable, in other words, upwards or downwards, business model that can maintain consistent quality and customer satisfaction as it grows. There's no point in spending more money on marketing or anything else when you cannot accommodate the customers you already have. If you improve your service levels on the customers you have, you will find a big difference in your customer growth and retention because they'll start referring again. Okay? There will always be a growing communication gap in growing companies. I mean, that stands to reason. Okay? Because the bigger you get, the more people you employ, the more gaps and job traps you're going to create. Okay? Knowledge silos you're going to create. And bottlenecks you're going to create. So you need to find a way to drive the right information to the right people so that decisions can be made quickly, efficiently, effectively, without the risk of filtering. Okay? If people don't get answered on time and quality is not there of your product, well, what's going to happen? People are going to leave. People are not going to use you. They're not going to use your product. And there goes your business again. Okay. Innovation will decline sharply after the Big Bang moment of your company's birth. Obviously, when you started out, all you were doing is dreaming big. You were investigating and researching on the internet. You were looking at ways to get your product floated. How do you get customers in the door? You were looking at all your competition, what their strengths and their weaknesses were. You were doing your mission and your vision and your value proposition. Okay? All of that got left beside when you started getting overwhelmed because now you went from dream mode into survival mode. Okay, you have to find a way to leverage the insights and creativity of your entire team down to the tea lady, to keep at least one step ahead of the competition, and this has got to be an ongoing business process. Now what happened? Fear became your master because now you've got financial fear, you've got leadership fear, you're scared your employees are going to leave because you need them desperately. Okay, fear just starts ruling you. Okay, and of course it leaves you in a state of inaction. So you start sitting on the fence. You need to get off the fence, make decisions, channel your fear to make it a positive approach, thoughtful, and it needs to be an analytical approach, not an emotional approach. You need to get rid of your fear. Right. A business fails for the wrong reasons when its leadership fails to manage variables in their control. Most people don't even realize there are variables within your control, okay, in business. Variables are like strategic planning. Of course, that's in your control, okay? Engaging your workforce, processing documentation, continual improvement, quality control, communication systems, project and knowledge and management, organizational management, documenting and standardizing your systems. All of these things are in your control. If you fail to manage them, what is going to happen to your business? You are responsible for these things. Right. Your business is too dependent on you and key employees. You are your business. Remember, it was all in your head. Now you need to get that information out and get it to your employees and not to key employees. You need to create a sense of job sharing and cross-training. So you need to be able to, all your employees need to be able to share their jobs with other people, and you can't have knowledge all sitting with a key person because if that person leaves, there's going to be a huge gap. Okay? You need to have it shared across the board. Okay? Don't hold on to your role in the business. Okay? Your business should completely turn when key employees are not there and when you are not there. It should be completely plug and play. Okay? Your business needs to run without key people and you. Okay? Your business and strategic planning processes are working against you. Why? Because you did not engage in them in the first place. You got a business plan when you needed money. You put it in your bottom drawer and you never looked at it again. When you did look at it, you only involved half your staff. So the staff that you did involve are amped. The staff that you didn't involve are disgruntled. Your frontline staff are the ears and eyes of your business. You didn't involve them or even ask them what they thought. And they know best, including a tea lady. She knows everything that's going on in your business. Your company is as only strong as its weakest bottleneck. Bottlenecks are silent killers of business. Silent, hey? Bottlenecks occur whenever the volume of your work that needs to be performed exceeds the company's capacity. What I mean by that? The problem with bottlenecks is that the most insignificant areas of your business can bring your operations to an absolute standstill. A classic example is an overwhelmed accounts department that can't keep up with the volume of sales orders needing approval. Angry customers cancel orders and switch to somebody else, usually your competitor. Okay? People can be a bottleneck too. You are probably the bottleneck in your company. Okay? You need to look at your bottlenecks and get rid of every single one of them, both process and people. The heart and soul of your company is its day-to-day processes. What is the work? Do you even know? The problem with most organizations is that they've not properly identified, systemized, or standardized their day-to-day processes. Work just seems to get done. You need to empower your frontline and all your other employees to document and manage their own process areas. Okay? And because they know their processes the best. They know what they do in a day. You need to get a systemized process and procedure for every single area in your business. Don't leave anything out. Nothing, not even the person who makes the tea, not your receptionist, not the admin clerk, nobody. You have to standardize and process everything if you want to grow rapidly. Okay? They say you can't standardize creativity. Well, I've got news for you. Of course you can. Okay? How do you do it? What information do you gather before you begin to work your creative magic? There's got to be a procedure for that. What is your thinking process? Can you identify a consistent pattern or methodology? What problems or mistakes have impacted your satisfaction in the past? Can you think of ways to avoid the issues in the future? Systemizing and creative process is like systemizing any process. Develop questionnaires, checklists, guides, and forms that provide structure and consistency. Okay. That is how you standardize it. And it needs to be done at all levels, including creativity. You may be your own worst enemy, and I'm sure you knew that already. You should assess your behavior and consider how you may be contributing to your company's growing pains. Okay? What is a personality trait of an entrepreneur? I think we all know that. Okay? Impulsive, highly creative, bossy, unfocused, bordering on ADD, controlling, risk-taking, perfectionists, self-confidence to the point of being arrogant, close-minded, insensitive, and angry. Okay, this causes huge stress in them. Okay, you need to be open to new ideas, collaborative, engaging employees, and if you want to grow, you need to change and you need to accept that change and embrace it. Right, let's look at some navigation systems. You need to standardize and systemize your whole business from beginning to end in every area. Therefore, you will create reporting systems on every area of your business. Vital. You need to know where everything is at any one given point in time, every minute of every day. You need CRM because you need to know all your customer interaction. If you're in that kind of business, you need production systems. You need accountability, not just financial, people to people too. You need marketing systems, digital marketing systems as well. You need to know where your business is at all the time. Navigation values. Okay, you need to know these things. You need to get on top of these things. Is the way you conduct your business attractive to people? Does it leave a positive, negative impression? Does your product offer unique benefits, which is different or better? Are you satisfied with the people that you deal with? Are you offering too much choice? Because that stops people from buying. Think of magazines. How much choice is there on magazines? And do you buy different kinds or the same ones you always do? Okay? Think about these things and make the relevant changes if you need to. All right. Get your ship sailing on the ocean. No ship sails to nowhere. Okay? Ships that sail on the ocean have a definite route and a definite course, and their captains know where they're going. They plot their course and they have a definite route of where they're going. Okay? Come and sail with us, and we'll teach you what you